देवगढ़ पहुंचते ही मेरा वॉलेट चोरी हो गया। मैं पुलिस स्टेशन गया। इंस्पेक्टर बोला यहाँ रोज होता है। मैंने कहा मुझे वॉलेट की टेंशन नहीं है, मुझे तो उस चोर की टेंशन है। वहाँ मौजूद सब हंसने लगे मेरे सिवाय। उन्हें जरा भी अंदाजा
लड़ो रे लड़ो, जरा मसाला दो ना भाई।
being a little bit safe, like somewhat, but that is a nice little reshuffle from Ragnarok on the side.
Chalo, opening milli, chalo.
Side swipe, and Geek have got
opening
their
milli, let's go,
now.
bro.
Do they try and take this one fast, or are they going to slow themselves down again?
Ooh.
Looks like they want to try and cap. For Arena now in
Southern
a very
side, both like Mar. Oh, sorry.
There is no chance. Try and research, get a little bit more momentum back from those group stages where they were pushed back down behind that bubble. I mean, Arena coming on through with such a great opener and then really petering off over the course of their games, as well as defending champions. Galacticos still not quite finding their feet within the lobby. Maybe things will change without the presence of those teams at the top, and they could have a chance to get a back-to-back PMWC title, because of course from their previous one, they have their champion Ancient Charm set. Make sure that you guys are joined.
पहला मैच चालू रहा, रुको। ड्रॉ स्केच देखो, टॉप 6 जा रहे, 3 कंफर्म। क्या हैंडराइटिंग है, टॉप नॉच। एक हो गए एन बाकी ये लोग पहला मैच लो गाइस, जितने भी लोग देख रहे हैं, मेक श्योर यू लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब। ज्वेल्स बेचते रहो। फाइनल में तीनों दिन इंडिया की जर्सी पहना, ऑब्वियसली संजय भाई, ऑब्वियसली with the playing path out on the west side instead of Neox Factory. EO versus AGL, Wolf versus NS की गन फाइट। गोट वाले KRX को चाकू से मार दिए।
Arena who have got that outposted Mormon up towards Stadium, looking like they're not going to have the better end of the stick on this first engagement. Tony K going down. XZZ wants to find another with a pump action, jump wide with a micro Uzi though, and a Tommy gun to back it up. 2 for 2. And Maple now as a solo position. AGL has to try and hold his nerve against the 2 from the Arena, but they are both very low, Jackie.
Maple जाके मार सकता है।
A lot of damage done to either side here. Obviously, pick pieces together.
If
they can close out on this and get the next 2 elims off the back of it, it'd be huge for AGL. That's a nice react. Maple swift with the SMG up close. Schweppes trying to tuck in and get himself back up with the old HP as well. Maple's got the 1 nade, John.
He pulled the pin earlier, and that was what prompted the push forwards. Joker unlikely to be getting back up here. Swaps out for a sniper in close range. I mean, sniper's as good as a shotgun if you hit the shot, but will he be able to do it? Running low on ammo, desperately searching for these weapons now.
YG को अच्छा स्टार्ट मिल गया है, 3 किला मार दिया ऑलरेडी।
This fight might be isolated. Both teams will be able to get these recalls. Remember, these points are starting to come through thick and fast. It looks like Yangon Galacticos have got 3, Goat with 3, Maple with a shotgun now is back on with the fight.
Maple baiting it on the pre-fire towards the window. Schweppes with a lead.
Crucial
Quick opportunity to stim whilst the rest of the lobby are scrapping amongst each other. Rapid looting from Schweppes, needs the ammunition to fight with. They get visual on one another. Maple's going to be swung to the left right now. He's been poising himself nicely, but the angle's not going to work.
Ketchup by मार दिए।
Hey, Schweppes is the only player in this tournament with a chance to get a triple PMWC title, and there he was showing a little bit of that power of old. We'll see if he can bring Arena to the forefront, because they are up on 3 elims, but there is so much on the tables already. Look how many players have scored one. Tiamba wants to try and take him down. They heard this one. They move on through. Tiamba want to take that 3 elim title as well. We now have 6 teams with 3 elims.
Yeah, we missed out on the goat fight off the back of the draft. That was up against KRX, I believe, and they did great work on that. Getting it down to 1 player to attempt to recover them. Weird thing is about Gate Team, John, usually in our regular rotation, it feels like they're super good at playing it slow with the long rotates around the outer edges. Rondo, they love a scrap. They've got the talent for it. We see 1 knock here onto Fuchs, but Kets can't flush it. They will have to lock in for this one. Force up close and personal. Scarface over the top side, downs him.
Okay, keep it 2 on the spot as well for Ulf. They do have Kelsey
बहुत
off
lucky हो
in the
गया, एक
distance,
अच्छा bolt कर गया उसके मुंह पे.
would be fine. Well, not fine, but it would be okay if Scarface had gone down in that scenario. But to hold his nerve is brilliant. Means he can get in and maybe get a couple more points. Look for the confirm off the Bootsman, but it's not going to work. Not on the first peak. Killer Joe has to hit the back, but without a helmet, those headshots are going to ring mightily in the ears if they're able to land. Dropping the smoke, keeping the power. Has still got another smoke behind him. Some more meds, but it's not going to matter. Killer Joe puts him down. So Ulf recall further up to the north with the circle throwing out that way too. We're on board with Alpha 7 now.
Yeah, A7 coming in swift. Good damage done onto QZZ here, trying to keep T Amber down. Make it uncomfortable on the peak. Awkward pixel angle. Can't quite thread the needle with it. Milu wrapping over to assist. The squeeze out does get aggro. Good moves on the peak. That was swift. Straight
past that windowsill and in with the shotgun shells. Alpha 7 get dismantled by Milu. What a pull-out for Tiamba, able to just swing past that entire fight. Alpha 7 do have that outpost and can go for
Amazing watch party, so proud seeing the
Teams
Indian team going crazy in the pack globally. Please congrats on Streamer of the Year nomination. Much love and support from Ireland. Thank you, Shreyas.
As well, getting those 6
20
on
pounds
board
means
is
a lot,
great
bro.
start
Thank
for
you
them.
so much.
Looking to start transitioning now into the mid-game.
Feels so good to see our region dominating like this. 4 teams in the final. We all deserve this as support. Hope the trophy comes to our region of Nepal. Thank you, Green Timber. By thank you for $15 means a lot.
Yeah, that was the thing. We didn't quite catch it right.
आपकी दोस्ती के ऊपर वीडियो बहुत वायरल हो रही है भाई फाइनल का पे ये बताओ 14 15 16 Faisal भाई thank you 100
teams could have a big rotate here. We'll see if it comes back to bite some of our squads. We prefer to be set up a little bit
मुझे 7-1 G के भी chances लग रहे हैं
Furia looking to get out of Yulin towards that north side.
Let's see.
DK have already
Guys, vote करना नहीं भूलना मेरे को. I've been nominated for the Streamer of the Year and also SADO को vote करो. थक भाई को भी vote करो.
Jackie, that is incredibly lucky. And if you guys want to be lucky at home, you can hit that lucky
spin.
Make sure you jump into the game. Your chance to draw that exclusive 2026 PMWC tournament set. It's looking nice. It's looking shiny. It's looking fresh.
मजा आएगा bro.
Is indeed.
Finals तो बहुत मजा आएगा.
It's like a Barney Banks outfit. You'd catch him wearing that one.
15 अगस्त को.
He definitely would.
दोनों ऐसा खेले ना.
Maybe we could get it sorted for the finals. I bet we can. I bet we can.
Maybe. Would reinforce the... We'll come back to that one at another
15 अगस्त के दिन अपना चिकन पे चिकन आ रहा
है.
दोनों ने एक चिकन मार दिया. क्या फीलिंग हो गई? Feeling proud the first time not seeing an Indian team. हाँ ना भाई.
More paralysis by analysis in a few
एकदम chill होके देख रहा हूँ. एकदम back foot होके एकदम.
That is the name of the game.
Recline करके एकदम मस्त.
Survival stage, but I think that resonates with them as well.
सुकून है आज.
Yeah, for RRQ, I mean, they do have a standout performance in terms of La Par, definitely
Final कब है?
on
14th,
point
15th
when
or
it comes
16th?
to getting in those
आज
clutch
और कल
situations,
survival से
making
13th
it
को
work,
break.
and to an extent, he's the reason
grand
why
finals.
RRQ were able to get in towards these survival
Date भी
stages.
खतरनाक मिला है
But they
भाई.
do need to be more
Crazy होने वाला है इस बार
cohesive, more together and fluid in those fights.
crazy
Hopefully,
होने वाला है,
they can play
crazy.
off one another a little bit better here. Looks like, we might see an Elim that may well stick as Geeke.
बस आपस में फाइट ना हो यार. ये तो मैं भी प्रे कर रहा हूँ. आपस में ना लड़े.
all around Alpha 7 and E-Arena.
आपस में कब लड़े पता है? End zone में 4v4 होगा तब.
Even though they are still fairly available. I mean, you've got Ryan
इसके अलावा लड़ो ही मत.
that is completely unoccupied. You've got Kunxia up on that northeast side as well.
बाकी फाइनल्स में स्मैश टू है बॉयज.
But those will start to get more closed in as teams move in. I mean, we've got Yangon Galacticos who are on board with right now, moving past Meiran.
जो तीसरे दिन एक्टिवेट होगा.
Team on their west and Alula are quite far to their south. Ahead of them, though, it's the Wolves who have managed to get up to Heme Town, up on that northeast side, fairly swiftly and without too much trouble.
So replays here of the early fights. Obviously, Yangon getting a far better start.
Starting के 6 teams क्वालीफाई करेंगे ना. Top 6 bro. Starting के 6
Nice to see for the squad. Again, so much more pressure on your shoulders, right?
Smash होता है बताओ ना.
As well, having to come out bringing the
16 अगस्त को बताओ.
twice now. It feels like all the other squads you're playing against, all eyes
Suspense
on
बना
you.
रहा हूँ.
If you can't do your organisation
क्या होगा
justice
smash
and
का?
yourself
मेरे को
as
लग रहा है
well,
यार
those memories
12
of
मैच
last
ना.
year probably flashing before your eyes,
ओए,
drop you back at the
110,
hotel. You know
120.
they need to show up here in survival.
120 तो हो गई.
Next circle
ये का
goes
चिकन पहला
quite
गेम.
far west here. I mean, this is a good opportunity
क्या ये
for
फिर से
Arena
रोंडो
to
अच्छा
get
खेल के पूरा
into
चोक
a
कर देगी.
solid spot. They're already on the north side of this river. The crossings that I said can be a little bit more treacherous than on a lot of other maps when you have similar divides over water. So hopefully they can start to establish. Do they keep this 2-2 or do they regroup over towards a more central, more centralized and coherent position? I feel like they still have a little bit of time to do that. So they may want to try and stay out in the open for a little bit, but within the next minute or so, they will
नहीं
need to regroup. Yangon Galacticos able to find a player from Kiwon
BGMS की बहुत बड़ी होगी नहीं.
and yeah, very nice pickup there.
Congrats for 450 के and ये 400
although they did lose Say Cloud in the process or 1-for-1 trade. And as I said before, the recall towers are still open, but from this point on, it's
don't wait
going to
2023
get
World Cup jersey. We don't want
harder
hashtag
to access
Iron Bhai thank you the 179
because the blue zone will start to cut off quite a lot of them. The rotates won't be there.
मेरी बाकी सारी jerseys पे sign है bro cricketers का.
Yeah, you lose that availability. Makes it far harder to weigh up the decision making if it's worth attempting to go for it. So we'll see if that plays too much of a vital role for these squads as this one develops. Obviously, KRX had a bit of an unfortunate start off the drop as well. Went down to the one solo that was offset for the recall. That worked out to get them back up, but only one Elim point to their name at this point. They are able to safely get Say Cloud back into the action, though, on their wrap. So they're going to be all right with that. Is he going to be caught by the Wolves, though?
You're doing great. Just remember one thing: कुछ लोगों को reply करके खुद का बहुत कम हो जाती है.
Damage right now, John.
मैं किसको reply दे रहा हूँ भाई?
Avoid each other.
I don't think that Wolves would commit to go for the player on the parachute. They should know that there is a team to their south. Sure, that would be an indicator that someone has just recalled there. But given that it was only one player dropping down, you're fairly certain that it's a full 3 squad already on the ground. Committing to that fight for Wolves in their position right now, I think is a little bit too much of a risk. And they weren't really in position to get the player on the way down already. But Yangon Galacticos have other ideas. They have just crossed swords and taken a knock over the Wolves.
Top 6 teams, bro.
Yeah, I guess
12 matches,
Wolves didn't want
6
to
teams.
engage, but Yangon said, you know what, if you're here, we might as well try and get some points. Put some warning shots their way, don't necessarily need to commit onto the fight, just get a couple and get out. Or, hey, maybe actually just grab the whole squad. Romeo's back in for more.
Yeah, they were able to find that flush, and they're immediately across the bridges around Muhopan on that north side. And potentially looking to guard the Wolves out here and stop them from getting to a recall tower close to the zone. It will start to hurt a little bit too much for the Wolves' liking if they don't get through quickly. And the northern pair for Yangon Galacticos is going to send out maybe look to control that recall tower on the north side.
This is nice, actually, with how they've been playing it.
What is your hair? आज तो hair care कुछ किया नहीं. कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है एक अच्छा hair day होता है. जब तुम पिलो से उठते हो. तुम्हारे पिलो की वजह से रात भर जैसा तुम टेढ़ा-मेढ़ा सोचते कभी-कभी उठते हो ना तो सुबह बाल एकदम परफेक्ट रहते हैं. तो आज वो दिन वेवी एकदम करली मस्बाल हो गया आज. यूरिया कहाँ से आ रही बाप रे इतना लेट. सदर्न साइड बहुत क्लस्टर है बे. 7-1 के पास अच्छी जगह है, डीएनई के पास अच्छी जगह है. एजीएल सेंटर ऑफ द जोन, ये सेंटर ऑफ द जोन. ये has a better position, but यूरिया किधर जाएगी वो देखते हैं. A7 has to defend against NS,
which, as I said, not huge, but still pretty significant.
सदर्न साइड बहुत क्लस्टर है.
Having that recall tower in and available for the next.
Oh, wait, अभी देखा मैं कास्टर ने बोला जब. जो सेंटर ऑफ द सिटी है, रेई बोल के जो भी जगह है, वहाँ पे रिकॉल है बे.
Trying to corral the Wolves against
रिकॉल है वहाँ पे.
But the north side is going to get more and more packed, so Yangon Galacticos taking a bit of a risk here to try and make that fight work, to try and hold this one out. They are losing time, losing tempo to get towards the zone.
Indian team नहीं है क्या bro? chill कर रही Paris में घूम रही बाबू.
Investing a lot into this now.
Grand final में top 6 team जब बताओ.
Cutting your losses.
इससे पहले तो 40 यहाँ से पहले 6 कौन जा रहा है वो तो देखने दो.
Alpha 7 actually go down to a duo. Thankfully they've got one of their players back up. The other not so lucky yet. That was this encounter versus Nonshin Red Force.
Oh, A7 defend नहीं करी थी यार.
Surprisingly powerful when they're feeling confident. Revo out of the running already. John shot at the back of the vehicle on the exit. Not ideal.
No, and it's very difficult now to get to a recall tower. There is one to their northwest. They might try and break for it, but Nongshim, I think, have read into that and have moved 2 of their players out towards it as well. For Alpha 7, it feels like a 3-play on. I don't think they're going to be able to go for it. I've got 2 of their players right behind this ridgeline as well. The backstop 2 for Old Catch and Kelsey have yet to cross by Stadium, but it seems like with Nongshim Red Force on the move, they can just get gone. Wolves do manage to move all the way over on the north side of Yangon Galacticos. And Goat's even now going to bear the brunt of the aggression from the defending champions.
Yeah, I didn't expect this one. Goat, they were quite far back towards KRX's position, but they've wrapped up towards the northern side, got stuck into Yangon. Already been able to knock out one player from the squad, leaving them with a triple threat. Yangon actually did pretty good work here. Right? Max, thank you to 449. Between 3 other squads, and Tiamba and Goat, the squad they're head-to-head with here in the fight. So cleaning up on this one would be huge for them.
Ooh, looking to do a little bit more damage, but they'll be content with the first knock, and they do have their backs to the blue, so need to be careful. The zone is going to hurt pretty significantly here, especially as stage 4 starts to come on through. It's going to be unresable, so you have to get on the road. Al-Ula taking shots from an off angle. They're a team that hasn't crossed the river yet, hasn't made their way through, but he's going to try and put pressure on the back lines. For Yangon, they're going to have to play on this 3 now with that knock coming through. I was looking at where Tiamba as well were playing, given, as you said, they were in that top 3. They were in a really sticky spot on the south side for Tiamba. I think their fight through is going to be maybe the hardest at the moment.
Thank you for 40 minutes.
Because Yangon Galacticos get out of that, get into the next zone, and they wait for this next circle.
Yeah, Go bailed on the fight. You can see them pulling back down towards the south side. Dopeness caught line of sight from the ridge as well onto Yangon, and it's Al-Ula that are coming up around the back. That's the shift on the zone though, pulling away, going back down south.
भाई ये तो स्कैम हो गया रे ऊपर जितनी भी सिटी वाली टीम थी
play space you've actually got.
Crazy shift रे उनका
John.
Yeah, I was looking at Tiamba, as I said before, and I feel like this is seemingly
Tiamba
what I kind of
rotation
thinking they should be doing here. Moving over to the south coast, may be able to swim across later on, but a lot of teams that have already committed to the north side are going to be fighting for the goals around that E-Arena Ulf position, where GOAT have just moved on into. This is going to be the focus for so many teams, so I feel like Tiamba, they're looking to play for a 3rd place, but they have taken a knock on the back there. And this rotation is under threat, under danger. Aaron is waiting for someone else to step forward to say, I've got the shot before they go for that spray. If they could find cover on that south coastline, I feel like they might have a chance of getting fairly deep into this one.
A lot of movement as well. Yangon trying to advance quite quickly. It was AGAL that had angles onto him. Unfortunately for Eagle, going down to the zone has resulted in his demise. So he's cut out of the lobby. Maple also hit from the sideline. Dopeness very far back, but with good line of sight onto them. So they're just peppering to make it uncomfortable for these squads. GOAT might be tested by the wraparound from Al-Ula as well, John. This is heating up now.
अभी तक जो अपन prediction किए थे,
AGAL on the north side will have to face off against Dopeness.
Almost वो सारी टीम ऊपर ही है.
Just beyond them, and they are now within nade range. So we get a little replay from. Oh, he's knocked himself with the deployable cover flare there. That is not good news for the Wolves.
ये लोग पतंग नहीं उड़ाते ना, इसके लिए उनको ऊपर देखने की आदत नहीं है. नहीं, इंडियन लोग कभी इससे नॉक नहीं होंगे. पतंग उड़ाने की आदत है ना, ऊपर देखते रहते कहाँ से पतंग आ रही. उन्होंने वुल्फ के बंदे मार रहे 71 को. दे दे रे.
Look at the damage pouring in on the Elim feed there. Goodness me, the Wolves want vengeance.
Yeah, this is getting messy, John. You had this back and forth game of badminton going on. I thought they were able to thread it through the window, but it's a near miss. A Flower H stays alive, and that's at the detriment of Yangon.
Like chat, जितने भी लोग make sure like and subscribe. सड़ हो रही भयंकर.
Trying to get the distance, but not quite there. And this is the difficulty. They can't really take fights on 2 fronts. And Lufa able to expose one angle against AGAL, and now he moves forwards with a shotgun in hand.
Nah.
XZZ wants to find an answer, doesn't get the full knock, has the shotgun, but he's on a sliver of HP now, and another nade might just be all is needed. The healing desperately important for them. Across the road is Romeo now on his last legs, and AGAL are suffering.
Dopeness pushed up hard from the backside as well and got into a good position to command respect.
इतना split up हो गए रे AGL, बिखर गए पूरे. दो उधर थे, दो DNE से लड़ रहे, दो YG से लड़ रहे.
Smile falls for Yangon as well, leaving them with one solo player left alive in a horrific position.
10 team predict किए थे. नहीं रे, top 3 तो confirm predict किया भाई.
721 GS.
3 तो confirm predict किया था ना. Furia हो गई, NS हो गई. Furia मर गई.
We're down to 14. Those recall towers shut off, meaning no
players can jump
back into the fight. More deployable cover. Don't look, Wolves. Don't look. It's fine. It's not on top of you. You'll be okay. They managed to get all the way out to the west side there. They had a tricky approach, and they're showing the scars of it as well. Playing now on just 2 players alive. This east side will be chilled for about the next 30 seconds, maybe. Once our teams settle themselves down and lose their player on the edge. But with this circle, it's going to have to get trickier again. This has been so nasty for the teams out in the east to be able to make their way through. They have been on the brunt of these circle shifts.
क्या लग रहा है जोन के हिसाब से किसका चिकन लग रहा?
Non-ship. Getting a bit of a look down towards the road. Meanwhile, amongst all this, we've seen another play coming out from GOAT. Killer Joe loves these early scraps. We've seen him be a bit of an explosive entry for the team. If he can open up a potential play onto a squad,
GOAT कैसे क्यों नहीं गया इतना अच्छा कर रही थी ग्रुप में? मैंने तो प्रेडिक्ट किया है ब्रो GOAT को. टोटल कितनी टीम क्वालिफाइड करेगी इसमें से टॉप 6? दादा आपको वोट कर दिया है. बेस्ट विशेस फॉर 3 million. Lots of love from Badal ki. Thank you Abhi, thank you for the 100 yaar. Means a lot.
You've still got a ton of talent left alive on this roster. So now you think about Go John as well. They're going to be gunning for a big victory here. If they can start it off with a nice bit of energy, feed the hot hand, they play with that throughout the whole day.
I mean, it would be a great
Foreman भी 4 किले के बैठे हुए, गोट ने 8 किले के बैठे हुए.
in the contest to jump up in a top 5, a direct qualification spot.
AGL और YG तो मर रही.
To everyone at home, to their fans, to
YG का तो आखिरी बचा है.
as well, that they do deserve one of those spots, and here's the place to do it. Another knock over the top from a nade from Go.
Wolf versus Ula, बाप रे.
Suffering.
क्या नेड डाल के खत्म कर सकते हैं? टर्न ही मार रहा. ये कितने किल कर गई? 6 किल कर गई.
Proximity engagement is not favorable. Irina were under pressure from
Douglas, but
they handled it.
Oh, slam, direct slam.
Doing okay. Mormon does get flushed away.
दो टीम स्लैम कर दी एक साथ. गोट भी
be able to handle the pressure because Go and AGAL looking to rock up all
Bro,
at the same time.
whiff किया उसने.
4 teams now on spot. And Dopeness up on high.
Bro, क्या whiff किया उसने.
Shots laying down the lead.
Oh mate.
AGL बोल रही यार हम स्लैम करने आते हैं, ये लोग साथ में कहां से आ गए?
And they just can't compose themselves.
फटा Moxie.
Thankfully, Ken G with the sacrificial nade bounces it out the window.
Bro, क्या था ये?
One on top of Moxie to leave them down with only a duo in position to attempt to fight here. Awkward collection of players.
Crazy timing for the slam, man. ये बोल रही है लोग आपस में नीचे लड़के खत्म हो गए.
Doesn't quite know where these players are, and I don't blame him. The amount of chaos that just happened. 2 teams descending immediately just after another one crashed on through. On the southwest side.
Furia का चिकन मर गए साले Furia. ये 7 क्या हो गया भाई? अच्छी जगह थी.
Spike cat around the corner.
1v1.
And Goats will be able to
ये
hold
7 खत्म.
for one. Moxie down, but will be resible.
NS भी नॉक हुआ.
Dangerous scenes though, E-Arena. They can smother blood in the water. They'll commit
ये आके मजे लेके DNA का बंदा अभी भी जिंदा है.
A rough idea of the angle.
नहीं मर गया DNA का
The
बंदा.
bullets will find their target. Amongst all this, Alula have been scrapping up against Ulf.
ये पे 2 टीम स्लैम करी. दोनों की दोनों मर गई. ये अभी भी जिंदा है.
Wanted to keep the pressure on. Ulf have been shredded down time and time again. It's
क्या
just
जगह है रे उस पे?
star player on the roster.
क्या जगह है बे?
I don't think you can call him young blood anymore. Tiamba did manage to get across the river in the meantime as well.
अकेला बचा है. अगर यहाँ पे ज्यादा रहते 3 मैन रहते 2 मैन रहते 2 मैन तो चलो छोड़ो 3 मैन भी रहते यहाँ पे तो क्या किल होते इन लोगों के.
And they have an oversight onto this fight. If they could spot Alola
चढ़ रहे उला वाले.
Aaron may be able to take 1 or 2 of them down. They may be able to shred the backlines, but it's getting away from them.
Now Ula has a better spot, man.
Just a little bit too much for
And they are 4 man.
I think that pace is the operative.
4 man है. बैक के सारे किल होंगे. YG का बंदा मारेंगे. ये को भी मार सकते हैं.
Group stage, and that was a problem for them. So the fact here they're willing to actually take some of these encounters.
Zombie है. उला का चिकन है रे.
It's good to see.
अगर चोक नहीं करेंगे 4 मैन रह के उला might end up getting a chicken dinner. अच्छी जगह है पब्लिक.
Getting on top of the wolves.
Potter है शायद रोमियो.
Side with their 2 players remaining as Young Galacticos finally go down. The early powerhouses of
actually a good spot. अब बताओ NS
starting to wane now. Yangon Galacticos go.
उला या जो सेंटर में टीम है कौन सी टीम बैठी है सेंटर में? Geek.
But Tiamba have a big opportunity here.
नहीं कौन बैठा है सेंटर में?
Push past Aaron, get control of the hilltops. But as Alola
किसका चिकन लग रहा भाई?
Competitor on that southeast side.
वुल्फ बैठी है रे सेंटर में. 2 बंदे हैं बट. मेरे को तो उला का चिकन लग रहा. I feel like Ula will get a chicken dinner. Positioning wise, NS पे भी अच्छी जगह है, but depend भी करेगा ना अगला जोन कहाँ जा रहा है. NS से शायद अगला जोन हटेगा, तो रोटेशन में maybe उनको डैमेज पड़े. दादा पानी में जा जल्दी.
From the high ground, but not quite going to land in time, and now the rest of Tiamba can look to suppress the position from the backlines, allow the push forwards. But Milu also under threat from range, but Alola chime in to keep Tiamba safe. Oh, nice little assist.
NS का चिकन लग रहा है. देखते 3 मैन है, but पता नहीं यार उला का लग रहा है मेरे को तो.
That's really nice. Big response.
Positioning wise, it has to be Ula.
Here as well, so they can safely get out of the water now and look to try and splash back on this.
9 kill 3 मारे लोग. रियान में अच्छा किल नहीं पहला मैच.
A linchpin position.
I was shocked भाई ये टीम है ना बाहर होने वाली थी, but they made it to the survival stage. अच्छी टीम है रे. QCZ बहुत famous player है चाइना में. बहुत अच्छा खेलता है भाई.
Tiamba now on the south side. Once Geeke have to move, which they do, their position is going to get a lot stronger, Jackie. At the moment, it's quite timorous because of the position of Geeke, but that is going to be pushed out by the zone.
Ula trying to closing on the wolves. Right में EA के 2 पोटे. अरे क्या?
Again. That fight does continue between the two sides.
ऐसा क्या ठहर गया एक जगह पे मूवमेंट छोड़ के?
Amongst each other, whilst Alula are fighting E-Arena.
मार कर रहा था शायद. मार करने में मारा है.
Cut back over to the
बहुत बार मेरे साथ भी हुआ.
QCZ the off.
मार करने के लिए कभी एग्जैक्ट मार नहीं होता ना तो मोमेंट छोड़ के अपन मार कर देना, इसके साथ वही हुआ।
Just trying to
no way, अगर
right on the edge of this zone and
revive नहीं दिया और डब्बा दे दिया उसका,
wait out the bleed down, but there comes the Wolves with a cheeky thread on an angle across the zone there.
Guys, जितने भी लोग देख, make sure to like and subscribe and keep on sending jewels.
Has a little bit of trouble.
ये का freak मार कर रहा था पक्का।
They don't really have the sight lines. This is an opportunity
मार करने के चक्कर में
actually move forwards and maybe
मोस्टली उसके साथ वही हुआ।
It's still such a risk. I don't think they're going to go for it here, Jackie.
नेट गया, पागल है क्या बे?
Have all the information they need to make the call. Meanwhile, though, Alula going big on the peak. Wolves thought they were safe, thought they had an opportunity to third party steal some elims from across the.
Man, Ula का chicken है रे chat, क्या बात कर रहे हो?
Up onto them.
Ula का chicken है बे, जगह देख के तो
very differently right now.
Chicken लग रहा।
That's what you need to be doing here with those.
Tianba does skill.
4 of their players alive, the only team to have the full
Will they
squad.
Get some
action.
geek.
This is the last chance as we're on board with Tianba to get this res. I don't think it's going to happen. He will bleed out.
नहीं,
So Tianba playing with
bleed out हो
2.
गया।
That's pretty nasty. They did have an opportunity to move forwards and
2v2 geek versus Tianba, Ula 4-man, EA के बंदे 2-man, उनको भी zone जाना है, NS 3-man.
Road from everything. Alula going to have to move as our arena.
NS का है नहीं, Ula का लग रहा। NS देखो zone के edge पे।
Shots from the side, it's non-shin.
बेचारा टर्निंग ऑफ फिनिश 3-2-1 हो गया। देखो ना NS की पोजीशन देखो, उला की पोजीशन देखो, क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
Setting up the vehicle so they'll take the scrap to him. That's a 3-man squad there. Like you say, not a bad position to be in as well with the shift on the zone.
हो गया।
They clean up.
4v2 3v2.
Follow up onto Joker. So E-Arena down and out, not the Rondo masterclass that we've seen from them happening here.
No, but 11 points.
Tianba और Geek आपस में लड़ लेगी, एंड जोन में NS versus उला होगा। उला को जोन आना है।
Proceedings guaranteed they're on the front page.
Wait.
Question is who's going to join them.
Wait. उला को थोड़ा नीचे आना है अभी। अगर नीचे आते टाइम पे अगर NS वालों ने 1-2 नॉक दे दिए, सेटल होने नहीं दिया, तो ले गए NS। अगर NS सेटल होने दे दी तो उला का चिकन।
Waiting on Geek to have to move, and that is the first indicator that they are going for it. They should know that there's only 2 players over there, and Tianba can start to move forwards now.
Interesting zone.
Them to be able to do that, right? Something that we were criticizing them for was
NS अगर उला के गिरा दी ना पब्लिक ये क्या दो,
being a little bit
तो
shy.
पूरा टेबल चेंज मतलब ये चिकन चेंज हो जाएगा।
At the right time, that's what they need to be doing, and it looks like
Oh
that's
shit,
what
oh shit, oh shit, oh
the rest
shit.
of the teams joust across the zone.
Oh
Alula have
shit.
to descend
Oh
on
shit.
one side of the hill or the other. The question is which.
एक ही गाड़ी उन पे ब्रो, एक ही गाड़ी उन पे R838 को उन लोग कवर के लिए छोड़ रहे एडीएस देने के लिए। 3 लोग जाएंगे अंदर। ब्रो उला लेट कर दी। जोन जाने लेट कर दी ब्रो।
Going to be somewhat exposed here as well. If they're aligned in their crosshairs, they could.
आगे ना गाड़ी तो लाना था नीचे यहाँ तक।
The map geo providing just enough cover.
दासिया लाना चाहिए था यहाँ तक नीचे, लेकिन नहीं आए।
Tianba, you touched on it before.
फ्यूल खत्म क्या?
When does that change? That mindset going to come alive? Because if they don't start to get a bit of
ये गाड़ी लाना चाहिए था ना नीचे।
here, you could have a Lula wrap him around the back, possibly put pressure onto them.
ब्रो एमो नहीं है इस पे। 40 गोलियां हैं बस।
Before they even try and make a move for themselves.
I mean, they really can't move until
दासिया लाना चाहिए था नीचे।
which is the nasty thing for them. It is causing a lot of problems.
ले उला पे जोन है अभी भी।
And Alula not
अब NS को मूव करना है, interesting.
They know that the angles from Nongshim are still going to be.
फ्यूल गया शायद, मेरे को भी वो लग रहा फ्यूल
can't
खत्म था।
afford to overpeak to get a little bit too
अब
bold
NS
because they have got their
जोन
numbers
आना
advantage.
है।
They don't want to let it go to waste, but an opener onto Tianba could
अब
open
NS
up
को
their
जोन
south
आना है।
rotate, and with the circle pushing towards them, that's going to
गाड़ी का
help
घी
out
खत्म।
nicely. But Nongshim look to strike,
गन्ने का
to
जूस खत्म
open the
उसका।
door, but they're crossing of the road and bring Alula back down to 3 with
कवर
them.
बना रहा, ट्राई कर रहा, डिप बना के जोन में जाने का। इन पे यूटिलिटी कितनी है? 2 स्मोक है, यूटिल तो है, स्मोक्स एंड ऑल तो है। NS सेटल होगी नहीं होगी, लेट्स सी।
Right now, knowing how close they are to potentially kicking off the survival stage with a big point injection if they can take this chicken dinner.
गीक का अकेला बंदा बचा है, टियानबा के 2 पोटे बचे।
To it as well.
स्मोक वॉल बना दिए टियानबा वाले, सॉरी NS वाले।
Still scared about what could be coming out if there's angles watching their
R38 को तो पूरा पिन करके रखे हुए, इनको मालूम है वहां से पिक करके मारेगा।
Of the wrap that we saw from Alula as well. So the minute they
हो
pop
गया,
out,
स्मोक वॉल हो गया। नाउ दे विल ट्राई टू फिट इनटू द जोन। गीक का लड़का अकेला जो है वो जोन में है, टियानबा के पोटे जोन में नहीं है। आ रहे जोन में वो लोग। उला अच्छी जगह पे जोन पे, हाई ग्राउंड है। बट उला वाले NS को मार नहीं रहे। ये कहां से पकड़ लिया?
On the back, really
NS को पूरा सेटल होने दे दिया रे।
This is going to be a very difficult dash, and Nongshim will read into this. They're
पूरा
moving out
सेटल
already
अंदर
to
आने
try
दे
and
दिया भाई।
control the ground around them.
ये होना नहीं चाहिए था। थोड़ा तो सप्रेस करना चाहिए था।
but it is so few and far between.
NS ले गई भाई.
Everybody
2 man हो गए.
2v2v
3v1
right now, Jackie.
Revive तो नहीं हो रहा.
Grander dimension on these really close quarter scenarios. Step one way too far, one step either side.
Oh, NS का एक knock दिया.
And it's a completely different story, but that is a big pickup on the notion to bring them down to 2 to stop their third player regrouping on the south.
अब R38 crawl करके अगर आ गया rev देने के लिए.
Every team starting to lose a lot of the battle of attrition here as we
get
towards the final margins of this game, like you say.
Spot हो गया.
DK is well spotted out. Yasser with the
2v2v2.
The eyes lighting up for Tiamba, but now the pressure's going to be put on them.
R38 को revive अभी तक नहीं दिया. जा रहा है revive देने, नहीं मुश्किल है revive.
Easier, John.
Using those nades to create potholes moving
नहीं,
forward.
kill चोरी कर ले रहे. नहीं, Tiamba ने knock दिया था. नहीं, geek के बंदे ने knock दिया था R38 को.
Its position, the geometry to maybe
2v2v2.
pick, but they're just not quite finding it. They're starting to wane now. There's Nongshim gonna try and bear the brunt of it, but down go Alula and a knock already.
1v2
towards Nongshim gives Tiamba a big chance.
So easy का 1v2. Ammo नहीं है क्या उसपे?
Timid Tiamba no more.
Ammo नहीं है क्या
Start
उसपे?
to play with confidence, knowing that they can take the fight to Nongshim Red Force. The squad that we were surprised was so far down the standings back in the group stage. Let's see if they can kick it off here in survival with a big chicken dinner and assert dominance in the lobby. It's not going to be so easy for Nongshim as the nade blows them away.
बात है Tiamba.
Of the survival stage.
बात है Tiamba.
Change your story, Tiamba, with a huge opener. They played.
Yep. अभी तक पहले मैच के हिसाब से they did good. KRX didn't do good. They did decent. EA did good. Nah, decent. Good. Nah, decent. Nah, decent. Very good. VVS. Handwriting देखो, prediction देखो bro. Yeah.
Lost that.
नहीं होता है भाई manifestation का. It's just whenever you wake up, जिस भी God में believe करते हो, thank him कि आपको सही से आपके हाथ पैर काम कर रहे और सुकून से आप उठे हो. आपको जो भी लाइफ में अचीव करना है उसको रिमाइंड करो खुद को कि यार I'll work hard to achieve this. I want to achieve this in life. या जो भी आपका गोल है और रिमाइंड करो खुद को. Just remind every morning and whenever you go to sleep, remind yourself again and thank God again. That's called manifestation भाई. खुद को रिमाइंड करते रहना एवरी डे, मॉर्निंग और रात में, कि मेरे को ये चाहिए लाइफ में, मैं इसके लिए मेहनत करूंगा, मैं ये अचीव करना चाहता हूँ.
Potential for the bridge to be in play as well.
और ये सब करना तभी सेंस बनता है जब एक्चुअल में आप मेहनत करना जानते हो और आप एक्चुअल में मेहनत करने के लिए वो हो आप 100% रेडी. वरना डेली बोलते रहोगे और काम कुछ नहीं करोगे पूरा दिन तो बैगन कुछ ही नहीं होने वाला भाई. चलो गन फाइट है पोचिंकी में. DNE वर्सेस गीक.
As well, but right now they are
some इरेंगल में मसाला.
Definitely it's disengageable here depending on the vehicle counts.
फाइनल का पे 14 15 16
and I feel like Impachinki
आज से 3 दिन बाद फाइनल है.
Stuck in too far here, especially with a
anyone who's watching from Ahmedabad public, I'll be there. कर्नावती यूनिवर्सिटी में 13 तारीख को. I'll be there. हमारा गुजरातियों भाई लोग.
A lot of teams find value in saying just gonna we're telling you we'll sacrifice our game in order to maintain this top spot, this drop spot for the next. Well, they've still got 5 Erangels after this to play.
Missing Indian teams in survival stage. Ajax Gaming.
I'm not a professional coach, so maybe there's some reads in there. Maybe there's some to do, but I feel like it's still very, very dangerous, especially on Pachinki, and especially on a playing path like this, where a lot of the map was just super accessible.
ఇంకొకటి సార్ ఇట్లా చెప్తే గుద్దా వల్ల కొడతారా రే. ఎందుకురా నీకు సర్వైవల్ స్టేజ్ లో టీం మన గ్రాండ్ ఫైనల్స్ లో ఉంది కదారా.
I imagine for the viewers at home, you're going to be aiming to get yourself some beautiful skins as well. John, we've got a great event going on right now in game. I know you've been hyped for this one.
जो बोलना था उसको तेलुगु आती है तो समझेगा, वरना सब उसके सर के ऊपर से जाएगा.
Grabbing those character sets, looking fresh with the skins.
ऐसे रिप्लाई करूंगा. कोई हेट वेट कमेंट देगा ना उसको तेलुगु में रिप्लाई दूंगा.
Doesn't look like any of our players have the org though. which is unfortunate.
जिनको तेलुगु नहीं आती बेचारों को जो भी टीवी पे देख रहे हैं उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम भी नहीं होगी और जिनको तेलुगु आती है उन लोगों को मालूम है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ ये अच्छा आइडिया है उल्टा सीधा बोला कोई सीधा तेलुगु में भर दूंगा ये पास से वही करूंगा
Let the tension just settle here.
ये क्या लाइन पे चिल्ला रहे बहुत वो चिल्लाया
They line up through the window. Oh, it's a nice chip. John could have been.
भाग भाग स्पीकर भाग
Does manage to catch a little spray on the
भाग
second. Get the knock and it's again a little bit safe, like you said.
Oh, Ragnarok का एंगल अच्छा है नाइस बोलते मार दिया नॉक दे दिया
yourselves somewhat, but that is a nice little reshuffle from Ragnarok on the side.
चलो ओपनिंग मिली चलो
side swipe and Geek have got
opening मिली let's go bro.
Do they try and take this one fast or are they going to slow themselves down again? Looks like they want to try and capitalize a second knock.
Bro इसके बाद 3D footstep है ये ट्रैक क्या वो वहाँ पे आ रहा है बोल के
as Geek descend
स्पेशल ऑडियो एयरपोर्ट्स वाला इस पे
cut across but it's not going to be the same story for the others.
No, it's really nice from Kevin.
Damn DNE
Beautiful predict with the nade. Pops perfectly. Reply back over, easy for Bad Boy cleaning up. So 1 by 1, Dopeness suffering heavy losses on this. Started off and they went, you know what, you want to fight, let's take it.
Damn!
2 players now left for Dopeness.
Proud of you, India. Kishan is sorry.
North side of Chinky.
कौन सा तेरे को ऐसा कुछ बोला
If there had only been
तेरे को
one,
मैंने भी तेरे को कुछ तेरी तारीफ की मैंने
has not moved out to the west side.
Yeah,
this is pretty good news.
मैं तो तारीफ किया तेरी
access to a lot of zone that they may not have done before.
ये कहाँ से आ गया उल्फ भाईगन?
Third party angle.
They won't close in.
Up on the top of the hill.
They won't close in.
Slow it down even
वो
more.
मजे लेना है
They're
बस.
going to have so much information about what has been going on in this area.
मजे लेना है
doesn't
बस.
even want to stick
They
around
won't
for the
close
flush. He gives up his position. And they're just going to back it off. And Ulf are going to be the ones to take down the supply truck.
भाई ये तो सप्लाई ट्रक चोरी करने आए.
Huge for Ulf.
पूरे सारे लुटेरे. कोचिंग की वाली टीम वेट कर रही है हमारी ट्रक कब आएगी. उन्होंने गीक वालों ने बंदे भी मार दिए डीएनई के. ये भाड़ों को बीच में आके अरे ऋतिक रोशन की मूवी है ना रे कौन सी वो डायमंड चुराता म्यूजियम में जाके. ओजी मूवी. अरे तो चोर है बे. चोरी. Bro, if I have got the second one, crazy हो जाता.
On the wraparound has that molly through the window.
Oh, he tears the player step a little bit too late.
Bro,
Maybe
wait, 2v4 निकलेंगे क्या लोग?
Holding the ground floor now, and
Doom
Geek
हाँ.
a little bit too bold with it. Aaron from the off angle
Bro,
wrapped them a little
2v4.
bit, and they are starting to shake.
But मार देते डीएनई वाला. Oh, nice.
From Safji though puts them in the
Safji?
advantage once more. One player now standing for Dopeness.
Kenji has the Bizon to play with. What can he
Nice,
do?
sir.
Not too much there. Spams over on the side,
Oh,
but
no,
not
no.
enough to
Oh,
keep
no, no,
them
no.
in it as the nade from Rag. Not too much there. Has the Bizon to play with. What can he do? Not too much there. Spams over on the side.
अबे तो ये
There was that third party
मारने वाले लैंड पे.
from Ulf as they wrapped around on that north. The fight
Detriment to Geek. Drop. Exit stage left with 2 E-limps.
ये
That
मारने
is a
वाले लोग.
detriment to Geek, John.
now on teams making coating.
मैटर हो गया ब्रो. इनका पर्सनल ड्राइवर ये पर्सनल है.
Around Quarry, Yangon Galacticos.
पर्सनल है भाई.
Very much the back of the queue.
पर्सनल है ब्रो, पानी पिलो थोड़ा मेरे बच्चे।
See if Yangon can keep some good energy rolling for that. Eyes on them. Now two reigning champions in the lobby of course.
वैष्णवी को शॉट दो, वैष्णवी बिग शॉट यू, थैंक यू मुकुल, थैंक यू 100। अन्ना नहीं तेलुगु तो पाना मला माटाना ना तेलुगु करेंगे भाई, कोई भी हेट कमेंट देगा उसको तेलुगु में रिप्लाई कर रहा हूं। थैंक यू तो 40। राधे राधे मचा, राधे राधे, थैंक यू तो 179।
Circle. Oh, no way!
John, what are we doing?
What is going on? Goodness me, a massive Western shift on this zone. It is brutal. Quarry
This is some real survival
here as well.
देखो कैसा रोटेट कर रही टीम,
of a position. It just
कैसा रोटेट कर रहे देखो,
you can't really move freely around
पर्सनल
it.
जोन शिफ्ट।
So for Ulf, they may be able to take the ridge line.
ये PUBG Mobile के डेवलपर्स बोल रहे आओ थोड़ी मस्ती करते हैं।
I don't think too many teams are going to be able to play around Quarry, and this is going to get nasty. The positions out on the west are difficult to hold, and for Arena they need to regroup.
सब है 7WG ने आपको मैसेज किया था, अरे थक भाई बात कर रहे हैं डायरेक्ट, कोई चीज नहीं।
7-2-1 are going to try and crash on in. Everybody on the south edge being funneled around that Quarry location. Oh, Jackie, this is going to get very, very dirty.
There's something in the air at this event. I don't know what happened this year, John, but the circles we've had have resulted in some ridiculous games the whole way through, from start to finish. It's never easy. Feels like we're playing with 50% land in every single game.
वो हैंडराइटिंग मेडिकल में लेके जाओ, दवाई दे देंगे। ज़्यादा हो रहा ब्रो, फ्री हो रहा बैगन के बाल, अच्छी हैंडराइटिंग है वो, कर्सिव राइटिंग बोलते हैं। अप्सरा पेंसिल से लिखाऊं।
Yangon Galacticos just about making it past.
ये का चिकन आ रहा, देखेंगे आ जाओ, जगह तो अच्छी है।
And they're now very central on this zone, Jackie. They're looking to play out to the west side of the road, towards that coastline, nestling themselves in and looking to maybe play a 2-2 split. Yangon Galacticos
ओरा का विनर विनर चिकन वाला जोन है, वो थोड़ा ऊपर बना था, इससे कुछ था बट ऊपर के साइड था थोड़ा।
On a little bit further because you've got AGAL moving in behind them.
जॉर्ज जो सिटी है ना लेफ्ट वाली, उससे थोड़ा नीचे लेफ्ट साइड शीशोर पे।
Playing in from that south edge. I like this this move coming through from Igor, moving one of their players around the headland, gives them a little bit more latitude when it comes to having to move later on, and that really is the plan for the scout.
बहुत अच्छा उठा रहे हो, फिर वाले घुमाते रहेंगे, फंस जाएंगे भाई। निकल ले बाबू प्रिमोस की तरफ।
Thing is, for some of the teams as well, this accelerates the way you have to play this one. I think a Go team, they usually like those very long.
Full qualify, bro. जो top 6 आएंगे वो qualify करेंगे।
Taking their opportunity to build into a great late game finish. Here, you can't really play that style. Have to take a few shots onto Fury as they catch line of sight on the road. This is going to be Vote Team's POV.
बफर क्यों रहा?
Elevated angle, Killer Joe getting swarmed on as well. The AGAL Killer Bees on the move as they head down towards the road. Get cut round, go.
Ankush Sharma ने मतलब 1.5 million subs और carry out today rupees +3 million पैसे करने। Ankush, अभी मेरी जान, thank you so much for the 1000 guys. Can we have Ankush के लिए in the chat? यहाँ तक तो बहुत गंदी जगह पे, बहुत गंदी जगह पे, बाप रे बाप।
Somehow they're making this march, and I'm surprised they've been able to get this far. Jackie, next circle, is it going to be similarly brutal? It goes coastal side, maybe less brutal, but even
A7 has a good chance, has a good chance.
Still punishing stuff. Cutting out that.
भाई इंडियन टीम को ये देख के
teams
लोग बोलते हैं कि इंटरनेशनल तरह से अपनी मर्जी चलाती है। अरे क्यों तुमको इधर ध्यान देना है भाई? अच्छी लग रहा है। केंद्रीय बॉडी टीम 5 हैदराबाद A1 बैंगलोर A2 बैट्समैन मुंबई डेट्रियन गेम में नंबर 4 पे। औले औले। यार तुम लोग सीरियस नहीं रहेंगे भाई। औले औले नाम है इसका। अगर करते कुछ बात करेंगे। करेंगे।
This hierarchy position really important. The hill that sits.
मतलब भाई यूनिवर्सिटी में बोलते मैं आ रहा हूँ।
Ulf trying to move into the.
औले नाम लगा बिग फैन साइड भाई। Steadyspark.com क्या बात है स्टडी भाई थैंक यू 40।
Long arm on that one. Looks to try and find some more, but he's already crawling away, crawling back to the rest of the roster. For RRQ,
AGL pushing Ulf
to start leveraging it for Elims. I think that's Aaron down.
RRQ versus 8-7 damn. Fury versus NS. Oh bro, NS के कितने knock?
All on the south side.
2 knock, 3 knock, last बचा. 1v1
with this. Fury on 2 players and Ongshim left on just 1. Jackie.
1v2 sorry.
This is rough, man.
Chief भी knock नहीं है, Chief जिंदा है.
Smile on their face unless they can completely
XZY fall back कर गया, zone के लिए चला गया.
Goes through pretty heavy-handedly to punish one more man.
Bad game for NS bro.
Leaving it down to a solo. Fury are going to be attempting to get the recovery on the go. CXCY did bail out.
Bro अगर switch करके मार देता तो
bullet after bullet being injected towards the vehicle. He just keeps driving.
Cheeky little seat swap there for XZY.
Tianba versus ADL, China versus China.
He might as well have pulled up on that shackle. Maybe
मार के इधर ही आ गया। अरे ये क्या किया?
It's not going to work out though. Okay, a little bit wild, but not really too many options for him.
जगह ढूंढते ढूंढते बैगन।
If he'd have stopped maybe a touch earlier, he could have had the hop out, grabbed some of those shots, but wasn't quite there with it. Not quite slick enough.
पानी में डाल देना चाहिए था। अकेले सर्वाइवल था तो है कि नहीं? देख प्रैक्टिकली बताऊं।
Bit of a danger approaching them. Able to hold their
यार ऐसा क्या? थोड़ा weird लग रहा है।
Elimination delivery.
पानी में डालना चाहिए था उसको, अकेला सर्वाइवल था तो।
double checked the code, gave it to him.
पानी में कितना जोन है?
TRX as well.
थोड़ा पर्सनल चला गया आइडियल बहुत मारेगा इसको.
Read on things.
पहाड़ का माउंटेन बनाएगा तू. यू भी ऐसा मारेगा ना इसको.
Towards Yangon with Alula amongst them, sandwiching them there. So they do go down. That's our third and fourth position team off the back.
Genuine bad move.
Game of Rondo already out of the running, so opportunities for some lapping to occur.
गाड़ी फट गया. अप्रोच ही गलत था ना. सीधा सीधा जाने के जब उसने डॉज किया पहले बंदे को, उसके बाद अप्रोच गलत थी उसकी अंदर सीधा सीधा सेंटर जाने की. ऑब्वियसली गाड़ी जलेगी.
For those two teams.
अप्रोच गलत था ना ब्रो.
And if GK continue
he could have gone out of the zone, then पानी की तरफ सी शोर से जाता.
Something awful. A lot of casualties in the middle of this zone, and
जहाँ पे फ्यूरी आया देखो ना.
Keeps the coastline in here and
यहाँ से ऐसा सा सीधा 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 चला गया. फ्यूरी को कट करके सीधा. अप्रोच गलत थी.
Stronger as well as the compound for E-Arena on that west side too. Those buildings.
कार ब्लास्ट हो रही है. तो वही तो बोल रहा हूँ. कार ब्लास्ट होने की रीजन क्या था? उसकी अप्रोच गलत थी. सब टीम्स के बीच में से लेके जाएगा तो होगा ही ना.
Take control of that area of the map.
Could be a game-changing play. Establish a nice area of control.
क्या इंडियन टीम को फ्री किल बोलने वाले बच्चों के बारे में आपका कुछ बोलना है? आप उन बच्चों को सुनते क्यों हो? भगवान जाने.
Now as well, energy building up here in Paris going into game 2.
आप उन बच्चों को सुनने का आपके पास इतना टाइम कैसे है? भगवान जाने यार.
Certified for this one.
आप अपने लड़के जो बोल रहे हैं इधर इंडिया में जो स्ट्रीमर्स बोल रहे हैं उनके ऊपर ध्यान दे लो. जो लड़के खेल रहे हैं उन लोगों के ऊपर ध्यान दे लो. कौन क्या बोल रहा है? इतना सब कुछ सुनने का टाइम है तो फिर मैं क्या बोलूं? अपने में रहो. लड़के प्राउड फील करा रहे हैं. अपने तक रहो. खत्म हो गया मसला भाई. क्यों किसी का ओपिनियन चाहिए? क्यों किसी का वो चाहिए?
On the northwest side with 3 players alive on the beachhead.
Fans, Snax bhai, thank you so much for the 1800 yaro. Anish,
you need breath, you need health bar.
Thank you so much Anish.
Go your way. Down he goes.
KRX का आइजल किम. Vico.
The backstop for Goat.
आड़ खाओ.
Furia, instead of going towards the zone, looks like maybe
जो
they
आइजल था
want to try
बंदा.
and take care of Goat team first, or at least scout it out. They're wrapped back around fairly quickly.
हाँ बात कर रहा.
As the last player from Kiwon DRX goes down.
Yeah, Fuchsman finds that one. We saw the other player, of course, denying it out to the blue, not wanting to give the points over to Furia. So that is where their story ends in game 2. Killer Joe, off-angle peek from the sideline.
ये push करेगी? Never mind.
Vote आ गई. Was all on Moxie. Joe was able to take the first bit of damage.
का ट्रेड नॉक भी दे दिया.
Silence replies though.
ये मारेगा से अंदर जोन के अंदर से मारी
शायद. His last legs, good name play from Moxie.
फ्यूरिया के
Shush his silence.
लगने वाले ऐसा लग रहा. अच्छा नीड है.
On target could be very lethal, trying to get it over the hillside onto the close grouping. A trio of Furia players with one man in the vehicle scouting. Chief on the pushback.
Bro एक अच्छा नीड फोर्स का अगर एक अच्छा नीड होगा दोनों के.
Yeah, the off-angle arena is chiming in as well. Another nade sent over the top. It's big boom after big boom.
एक नॉक हुआ. दूसरा 10 HP बचा रे.
And now it's just out.
अरे कितनी मार रहे रे?
On the back line, it's Igor who needs to come.
बोट को बैगन पीछे से अलग पड़ रही. फ्यूरिया को ये वाले अलग से मार रहे. ये दोनों आपस में लड़ने आ रहे हैं, बट दो अलग-अलग टीम इनको बीटी दे रही.
Really annoyingly for Goat team.
बहुत फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग होता है पता है जब तुम फाइट ले रहे हो प्रॉपर 4v4 तुमको पीछे से पड़ती है.
Find a foothold into the zone because the blue zone is upon them.
बट अब रीसेट होने का टाइम मिल गया दोनों को. नुकसान किसका हुआ? गोट का. गोट का एक बंदा नॉक फिनिश हो गया. अयो देवा ये कैसी फाइट थी रे?
They knew there was the rock up from the back line when Elementrix got the takedown on Goat team, so they've read that, reassessed and wrapped off like you say, and they've gone straight into the awaiting arms of Tianba. Terrifying Tianba today. They've changed their fate. A few more elims racked up. That puts them on 2 so far.
Now they're encroaching towards AGAL. Both from the same region, and there's the crash from Eagle on the shack. They know there's a player in here. They need to try and keep safe, but it's not going super well for everyone. Tianba able to stay alive on the inside, but losing one on the out, and Liu gets some retribution. AGAL now playing on us 2 in the center of the circle.
इस बार पानी ज़्यादा फेवर नहीं दिया, वरना लास्ट टाइम पानी की तरफ गया था. इस बार पानी वाला सीन नहीं. खत्म है ये. कब से लोग हैं यहीं पे? कब से? बाप रे बाप.
They go down to the Nitro. They've been given to breakfast.
YG versus Ula.
And this is where it gets far more scary.
Last match की top 2 team. YG. Sorry, YG नहीं Ula.
Yangon Galacticos pushing in as a roster. Coming in
top 2 नहीं, top 3 आए थे ना.
Struggling on contact with one player buckling under the pressure, and Wolves, they smell the opportunity to steal some of these elims. Nade arced over. Elementrix dives out.
Wolf अलग से मजे ले रही है.
Can't withstand that.
Oh, but there is an answer from Smile to find a knock over onto a Wolves player, leaving Awola potentially to be able to. No, I don't think they can get access with the blue zone coming on in now. Doesn't have quite
revive दे रहा 1v2 है रे ऊपर अलग टीम आ गई गोट आ गई
back to 2.
ये भसड़ है रे फुल
may be drawing short here. In the meantime, the Wolves have got Goat team pushing in behind them. Wolves felt that they were third-partying it, but they've been fourth-partied necessary. Can't quite do what they needed to. As Boss goes in with the shotgun trade. Elementrix, though, still on the swivel for Wolves. Doing work. But Killer Joe left to survive this one. Has another opportunity for the fight. Elementrix is looking clean with it. Takes too much damage, though, and has to dip back.
अब पीछे से उला वाले भी मार रहे हैं अरे
in these sort of encounters, John, where he does his best work, he's able to
उड़ा वाला बंदा अच्छा खेला रे बहुत पेशेंटली खेला सही टाइम पे इन लोगों को निकलने दिया अपने बंदे को भी रिवाइव दिया फिर बाद में किल करा अच्छा खेला बंदा उला का बिग ब्रेन प्ले
Oh, he doesn't quite get the peak.
Waited for the perfect time and वो लोग निकले वुल्फ वाले तब वो एमपी उसके बाद किसने मारा पोजीशन पॉइंट भी आ गया किल पॉइंट भी ले गया ये कंपाउंड से इतना ऊपर आके लड़ रही भाई देखो गुदा देखो सेंटर जोन का कंपाउंड है उनपे अब सेंटर जोन नहीं है बट कंपाउंड है उनपे ऊपर रिच में आके मार के जा रहे देखो तुम कितने पीसफुल आया जाए माय फेवरेट इज एंटी स्नैक थैंक यू भाई रुद्र राणा थैंक यू द 100 यार मींस अ लॉट
They've seen him coming. But if he keeps going, it'll be RRQ that will have this one set up on a platter. Back exposed, easy tags. That's the takedown.
Should have gone that way a little bit earlier. RRQ retreating to the beach side.
क्या लग रहा है चैट A7 अभी तक पूरा शांत एक बंदे के लॉस से एक साइड ऑफ द जोन A7 पे एक साइड ऑफ द जोन EA पे और सेंटर वाला जो पानी के साइड वाला एरिया है वो RRQ लेके बैठी 4 मैन किसका चिकन लग रहा है किसका चिकन लग रहा है अपनी टीम कौन किसमें फाइनल्स में भाई ऋषु भाई 5 अगस्त को मैं मेल किया पढ़ो प्लीज रिक्वेस्ट ऋषभ भाई पढ़ता हूं थैंक यू 40 7WG ने डीएम किया फॉर इंटरव्यू बाय द वे व्हाट डू यू थिंक ऑफ गॉर्डन्स एग्रेशन ये इंडियन टीम में मिसिंग था दे आर प्लेइंग रियली गुड उनका स्ट्रांग पॉइंट ही उनका कॉन्फिडेंस और एग्रेशन है बाकी नोआ भाई थक भाई बात कर रहे हैं इंटरव्यू के बारे में होगा इंटरव्यू मेरा आज हार्ट बीट तेज नहीं हुई बिकॉज़ वी आर इन द फाइनल्स यस मैन I want to meet you in Ahmedabad. I'm not a student. Mayank भाई उसका let's see कुछ कर सकते हैं Oh,
I mean that's where I wanted RRQ to be looking to play.
क्या लग रहा है boys zone देखो
kind of probably did want to play that already but you can see
क्या लग रहा है किसका चिकन लग रहा
solid angles on this. Irina may as well
ये is poor man
on exactly how you're playing it.
ये को जोन जाने के पहले गोट को थोड़ा मार के जाना पड़ेगा
and the crunch in on the east side I think
ये अनबा सेंटर गाड़ी और शैक के कवर में खेल रही ये 4 मैन रह के जोन है उनके कंपाउंड्स में they just have to kill goat and उनका पूरा राइट साइड एरिया क्लियर लेफ्ट साइड पानी का साइड पूरा RRQ होल्ड करी फ्यूरिया को RRQ पे जाना है अब RRQ कैसे डिफेंड करती लेट्स सी A7 भी क्लोज इन कर रही अकेला ब्रो अकेला कर लो बैकअप दे रहा
They focus all their fire on him. He's able to withstand the pressure and get back up from the rest of the boys.
Damn bro, क्या ADS मिला इसको? नॉक हो गया गाड़ी से नॉक हुआ रे छी रे कितना गंदा अनलकी हुआ भाई अरे यार कितना अनलकी रे गाड़ी से नॉक कैसा हो गया रे होले
Bullets being peppered towards them. Amongst all this, 721 GRS.
No, bro. Oh my god.
As they go in heavy with the shotguns.
Oh my god,
bro. Into the middle of it all. How to go crazy, John.
How on earth does he dodge all of those rounds on the outside? And Korea with the seat swap looks for more, but Alpha 7 on the final hurdle.
बाप रे.
Looked immaterial crossing the
RRQ भाई.
But it was not to be, and now Furia can roll on in, happy as Larry to go
for the पड़ा का राइडर था वो A7 का बंदा लेफ्ट राइट साफ थे साइड बना ट्रेस करने ही नहीं दिया जो भी था खराब था जो भी था बहुत खराब था A7 अनलकी हुई उनका जो क्लोज वाला बंदा था जिसको भेजे थे मारने के लिए वो बंदा गाड़ी से नॉक नहीं होता ना फटके तो A7 ये फाइट निकाल लेती गलती शुरू हुई A7 से RRQ ने स्प्रे में जो गलती करी उसके बाद रीसेट होने नहीं मिला उनके भी नॉक पड़े थे फ्यूरिया मजे ले गई दोनों ने आगा सबसे पहले आगा वो A7 के बंदे ने जो गाड़ी से जो हटके नॉक हुआ ना बहुत गंदा बहुत गंदा That was really bad, bro. Really bad. Game presence इसके लिए एकदम ऑन पॉइंट होना बहुत जरूरी है. बहुत क्रूशियल था उसका वहाँ पे खेलना. वो नॉक नहीं होता. A7 के 2 बंदे आराम से आते और मारते. वो प्रेशर बनाता, नेट डालता, मोली डालता, स्मोक करता, विजन ब्लॉक करता. वो ट्रेस ही नहीं कर पाते. वैसे भी ट्रेस नहीं कर पाए वो लोग. Feeling bad for A7. Man, they are 2 down, bro. 2 down. Look, this is not the A7 we saw. They are GC champion. They are first CWC champions. This is not the A7 we have seen, man. They are 2 down bad. Tianba ने भी अच्छा खासा होल्ड कर लिया. अरे बहुत पहले आए थे ये लोग.
I mean, they've already got 5 elims and gotten up to a 5th place. This is a good game regardless for Tianba.
This is what we expect from Tianba. Good team from China. With this performance, Furia has good positioning. 3-man effort.
Shrink's pretty dead center.
EA का चिकन है.
Don't think there's too much to worry about for the arena for Tianba for Furia.
क्या लग रहा? Furia EA किसका चिकन लग रहा?
I think this is going to be their big test.
अपने को क्या प्रॉपर तो फाइनल में. नहीं पर देखना जरूरी है ना कौन सी टीम फाइनल जा रही है ब्रो, क्योंकि मैटर करेगा ना कैसी टीम जा रही है फाइनल में.
Where do you go? It might just have to be a crazy wide sweep up to the north, but Tianba are going to light you up. The arena are going to light you up.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Can we 2.55 million? And also 100k likes की तरह बढ़ते हुए boys. 100k likes की तरह बढ़ते हुए.
Yeah, it's not been the easiest approach for them.
बताओ EA या Furia?
They've been trying to build up
nice
points on this game, taking
3-pointer, man.
teams when they think there's a chance to get a drop on them. Well, Kelsey trapped by the rocks there.
आखिरी बंदा उसका दूर है. He won't be able to revive and he has to enter the zone. वो zone के बाहर है.
This could be another
गोट को भी जोन में जाना है. दोनों बंदे जोन जाने का नहीं देख रहे हैं. एक हील बैटल कर रहा है, दूसरा बंदा तो हक दिया उसने हील बैटल.
Yeah, go team. You really can't be doing anything here.
समझा नहीं, वो हील बैटल करना चाह रहा था.
There's nothing to do.
कैंसिल किया.
Fair enough to fall down there. Killer Joe.
भाइयों ये क्या था रे कंफ्यूजिंग.
Scarface now under pressure as Tianba actually take the Elam over on towards Kelsey, and Scarface still kicking as Ayala takes a knee. E-Arena in the meantime.
Bruce knock किया Scarface ने. W नेट पे.
Finish off Scarface, but Ayala now needs to be secured.
EA did saw the kill feed.
E-Arena Furia have committed to that.
EA did saw the kill feed. Tianba भी घुस रही.
Stopping E-Arena taking the entirety of this ridge line in a
Tianba भी लेफ्ट से थोड़ा प्रेशर दे रही. Furia सैंडविच हो रही है. W में ये एक्चुअल में W. As soon as they saw kill feed and left में गोलियां चलते हुए उन लोगों ने सीधा ऊपर चढ़ा दिया गाड़ियां. उनको पता है ऊपर वाली टीम की लड़ाई हुई है. That's the presence of mind in the game. अब देखो फ्यूरिया जिस पे अच्छी जगह थी वो बैकफुट पे चलेगा. EA पे पूरा सही में मैप कंट्रोल है. कंप्लीट मैप कंट्रोल. They can't show bro. It has to be EA का चिकन.
With the nades, they've been able to push forwards. Ayala creeping up to the ridgeline as well, and the arena actually going to regress on their hold, not wanting to stay overextended or.
Furia का वो जो एक बंदा है, क्या नाम है? एच से नाम है कुछ तो. Tianba के लिए क्या ऑफ एंगल ले रहे हो उसके? देखो निकल रहा हूँ. Higo भाई पे अच्छा ऑफ एंगल था Tianba का, but he's falling back.
Still waiting for this one to get.
क्या लग रहा है बॉयज? मेरे को EA का चिकन लग रहा.
You can see Chief will get moved. Igor as well has to leave his little ridge.
अब EA वर्सेस Furia पागलों की तरह लड़ लेंगे तो Tianba भी साइलेंट किलर बन के बीच में आ सकती. It has to be EA का चिकन. Positioning wise, man advantage, सब कुछ गाड़ियां हैं, सब कुछ है. Everything is in favor with EA. It has to be their chicken dinner.
Just looking to cast that first stone, open it up with an advantage.
Survival says कितने दिन का? 2 दिन का है. Tired भाई, thank you to 100. You think Aurora is consistent than the other team? Balchan भाई thank you to 2.99. Aurora का वो अलग एक रन था बीच में, वो अभी मिसिंग है ब्रो. 20 सेकंड स्टेडियम. निहाल भाई thank you to 100 यार. देखिए one day in my dream आप. अच्छा ये ड्रीम वाला मैसेज पढ़ता हूँ रुको. ये एंड जोन देख के पढ़ता हूँ.
If Furia go down, Tianba can start to move up the hill. That might give them a little opening door. Furia now moving much closer towards the arena.
W
Nades are going to start to cause problems for Mormon. The Molotov's there as well, but he
अब Tianba पे चांस है हाँ. सुमड़ी में थोड़ा अगर इनकी लड़ाई होती तो कैपिटलाइज करने का.
I'm absolutely shocked he's still standing there. Stereo Nades got out.
अब Furia बैकफुट पे भेज रही है ये को.
Away from him falling. Topped himself back up, like you say. He's quick with the meds.
देखो हिको भाई गाड़ी घुमाते रहे इन्फॉर्मेशन के लिए, क्योंकि उनको टियानबा का भी ध्यान देना है। ये लोग यहाँ पे लड़ रहे हो, सुमड़ी में टियानबा चढ़ जाएगी तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा। तो दे आर मेकिंग श्योर कि हर जगह की इन्फो रखे। लास्ट जोन बॉयज इन 3 seconds.
They're losing a lot of space from this peak up from E Arena, starting to force them further back. It's getting scary out there.
Final zone closing as well now, Jackie. It's straight into the middle.
अब देखते क्या होगा। ये पे 2 गाड़ियां हैं।
So they would love to try and sweep a couple
2 गाड़ियां हैं ब्रो।
over the top of the
बग्गी भी है, 3 गाड़ियां हैं।
Furia
ब्रो टियानबा ले जाएगी क्या?
which is not great news for them.
टियानबा ले जाएगी क्या? क्योंकि दोनों आपस में लड़ लिए।
A pass at this. Try and move in behind
Oh my
Furia.
God,
I think they might
perfect
be going
timing.
for it. They've heard this fight break out.
W
They've
need.
seen the knocks come through, and the backlines from E Arena getting a little bit
Damn, bro,
false-footed
chat.
as Tiamba make their play.
Tiamba
3v3v3
of nades thrown over the top.
एक रिवाइव हो रहा फ्यूरिया का, हो जाएगा रिवाइव।
Explosions towards Furia's angle after knowing
आराम से
they're
रिवाइव हो
weak.
जाएगा।
That's still not
ये
over
के
the
नेड।
committing.
ओ
From all sides
अरे
as
रे
well.
रे
They're
रे।
going slightly too far deep. That one looks
ओ
good. Great chip damage
फ्यूरिया
on
तो सैंडविच हो गई।
Furia. Chief with a reply.
फ्यूरिया तो मर गई।
Drop Joker hits
टियानबा
the
चिकन
shot
लेके बे
back
वापस।
onto him. It's a 1-for-1
ब्रो टियानबा
stalemate.
वापस चिकन लेके।
Tiamba still waiting.
वापस चिकन लेके टियानबा।
Finally, a second knock, and now Furia on 1. Tiamba have read this nicely.
Damn, bro.
They wrap around, they roll it down. QZ wants to shut it out. And
Damn,
the
bro.
last hurdle for Tiamba's back to back. 3
wait,
players versus 2.
wait.
Joker off in the distance.
मार दिया ना
One
लेफ्ट वाले को, ठीक है
with
निकल गया, चिकन निकल गया।
QZ relies on his teammates.
निकल गया, चिकन
He
निकल
turns for a
गया।
moment,
ब्रो
but
स्टन
he
कर रहा है वो।
knows they've got his back, and in a 1 versus 3,
Stun
can he
किया है
make
उसने?
it work? Mormon now
Zone से मर
bleeding out
गया।
to the zone. E Arena.
टियानबा बैक टू बैक चिकन डिनर मैन।
Of Tiamba for a back-to-back
पेला जा,
chicken
पेला जा।
dinner. This is
पेला जा, पेला जा।
Talks of Tiamba